Let's get back into the story, though, of Danny Hodgson. We've got a real problem in our city right now with teenage crime. Children being out on the streets in the early hours of the morning, wreaking havoc on innocent citizens. And one of them is Danny Hodgson, who's fighting for his life in hospital as we speak. And his parents are about to fly out to be by his side. They're coming all the way from the UK. Steve Burton is a good mate of Danny. He started up the GoFundMe page, and he joins us now. G'day, Steve.
Good morning, Mark. Thank you for having me.
Oh, pleasure. I know you're going through such a tough time. Can I just start with some slightly more positive news? And that is the fact that Danny's parents have managed to get on a flight. I'm told they'll be here tomorrow afternoon. What can you tell us?
I've been in contact with his parents. They added me to their group chat yesterday, just so it was easier to keep in contact. They have secured flights. I'm not sure of the times. I think they're trying to keep them as close to the chest as possible. It is gathering a little bit of headway, this story, so I think they want to keep them less media around them when they arrive, and more focus on Danny when they get here, you know?
Yeah. No, they're going through a lot, and it's so great to have people like you on the ground here. What did you do? Take it upon yourself, really, to start up a GoFundMe page. You would have realised straight away they're going to need a lot of help.
That's right. I mean, I saw his mum's post on Facebook yesterday morning, and that was a bit of a call to arms for the football community in WA and in the UK. And me and a few of his mates who were in contact and just sort of tried to think what we can do. And after speaking to his parents, we decided to set up this GoFundMe because these sorts of injuries, waking up's the first step, and then the process is a very long one, I believe. So any financial aid is going to be massive to help him and his family.
Yeah, absolutely. We had a message through on the text line asking if the parents have to quarantine, and the answer is no, isn't it? They've bypassed the 14 days. They can come straight in and see him.
I believe so. They have been in contact with the embassies, the Home Affairs, and they've been double vaxxed, and I think they've sort of gone through the hoops that need to be done, and I believe the exemption is there.
Yep.
And I've had a few people this side sort of working tirelessly yesterday. Steve Nalkowski's done amazing work. Kenny Lowe and the guys at ECU Journal have been amazing in helping out and securing flights for his family. I believe they had a massive part to do with that. So big credit to them, and having his parents here is an amazing thing for Danny and his recovery, I believe. Yeah,
for sure. This is Steve Burton, a good mate of Danny Hodgson, who's in hospital in intensive care after this coward's punch last weekend. Steve, have you got any news for us on Danny's condition? Has there been any sort of update?
I spoke to his girlfriend yesterday. He's going in for a scan this morning, which will then give us more information regarding his sedation. He's heavily sedated and in induced coma. So I think they're in control of his brain activity to reduce any swelling, which was the issue. So the scan this morning will give us a bit more information whether the next step is to reduce sedation and slowly try and bring him out by himself. And then I suppose we'll know more in the next couple of hours.
Yeah, for sure. Can you tell us a bit more about him? I mean, yesterday the news broke, and we just know that he was out, having some drinks with. Were you out with him on that night, or the other guys?
I wasn't. He actually plays for ECU Soccer Club. I coach at a different club, but he'd finished his season top goal scorer for his team, and he'd gone out with the chairman and the boys, and they're sort of celebrating the season as you do as a soccer club. They'd gone for drinks, pretty casual, and actually Ellis, who was on the news yesterday with myself, he'd actually spoke to him just 1 minute before the incident happened, which was caught on CCTV, so he's a bit sort of caught up about that. I think he called him at 1:54 and he got hit at 1:55, so he was basically telling him, time to go home, mate, everyone's left, and time to get an Uber and finish the night,
Yeah, and there he is, just walking along in the city near the train station, about to get an Uber. How do you feel about what happened to him?
Oh, it seems to be a bit of a problem around that Yagan Square area. Every couple of weeks you hear on the news, or there's incidents you've heard from friends. Even Ellis, who I just spoke about, he'd actually had an incident where he was walking with his girlfriend, and a couple of youths had just tried to start a fight with him out of nowhere, and I don't know if it's becoming some sort of activity for the youth of Perth, but You know, Danny's in a coma, and this 15-year-old lad who's been charged probably won't feel the full force of the law, and his life will go on normally. And Danny's got a huge recovery ahead of him. It's mixed emotions. It's nice that they've caught a guy, and he's gonna obviously serve something, but you know, like it doesn't really change Danny's situation. So that's a bit heartbreaking, you know.
Of course. I mean, nothing's going to change that. He's got a fight on his hands, and you almost need to put the rest of it to one side. But I tell you what, when you talk about that, we do hear the stories about Yagan Square and that little precinct in the city. Get the cops in there. Flood it with police. I mean, you've got security cameras everywhere, but that's clearly not enough of a deterrent. Get the cops in there and stop this sort of stuff before it happens. Again, just to be a bit more positive, though, Steve, this GoFundMe page with the money raised, it's gone to about $85,000. And I don't want to say that to put anyone off donating, thinking, oh, she'll be right, because the expenses will be huge. Tell us what people can do if they want to help.
So I set up a GoFundMe page purely for his recovery fund. He's just bought a house with his girlfriend. And like you say, don't look at the target and think, oh, well, he's got enough, you know. I was having these sort of quandaries myself yesterday, feeling guilty that it was about money a little bit. But then I thought to myself, why can't this be a winning story? Danny coming out, being set up. He's got no issues to worry about money and recovery and anything like that. Let's get him as much as he can, so then his life turns positive straight away as soon as he comes out of hospital, you know? Yeah. The GoFundMe page, I've put on most of the news chats on Facebook. It's on my Facebook too. It's the Danny Hodgson Recovery Fund. And every little helps. You know, we don't know the recovery and how long it's going to take. And we all know that health is massively important. So the more money we can get for him, the better, I believe.
Absolutely. Even a couple of English football stars have chipped in. It's pretty amazing.
It's crazy. Danny actually was a junior with Dean Henderson, who plays at Man United. So he's actually been in contact with Danny's parents too, and sent his condolences to them. And he was sort of calling around trying to get Danny's mum's phone number. So I think they've been in contact, which is lovely. So he sent his regards. Obviously, he sent a bit of cash too, which is amazing. So I've posted it back to a few friends in the UK too, and it's got a bit of traction there, which is nice. I think we just need to highlight that these one-punch attacks, they seem to come around, these horrific ones anyway, come around quite often now. And if we can sort of start pushing to avoid it, education or what it may be, ad campaigns. I know Danny Green's been a big advocate for it, and this sort of stuff is horrific, really. It has a massive effect on people all around the world, as you can see, and something's got to be done about it. As you say, policing the Yagan or some sort of deterrent has to be put in place for sure.
Yep, you can call it one punch attack. I think Danny Green likes calling it a coward's punch. It seems to be the term now. It is so cowardly. Listen, take care. We really appreciate your time this morning chatting to us, Steve. Give Danny's parents a big hug when you get to see them. All stick with each other. You'll get through this. Keep raising lots of money. It's all going to go to him and his recovery. Thank you again, and we'll stay in touch, but all the best, all right?
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me.